Escher. By William Davies. What is this life if, full of care, we have no time to stand and stare? No time to stand beneath the boughs and stare as long as sheep or cows. No time to see, when woods we pass, where squirrels hide their nuts in grass. No time to see, in broad daylight, streams full of stars, like skies at night. No time to turn at beauty's glance and watch her feet, how they can dance. No time to wait till her mouth can enrich that smile the eyes began. A poor life this if, full of care, we have no time to stand and stare. Tartary by Walter de la Mare. If I were Lord of Tartary, myself, and me alone, my bed should be of ivory, of beaten gold my throne, and in my court should peacocks flaunt. And in my forests tigers haunt, and in my pools great fishes slant their fins athwart the sun. If I were Lord of Tartary, trumpeters every day to all my meals should summon me, and in my courtyards bray, and in the evening lamps should shine, yellow as honey, red as wine, while harp, and flute, and mandolin made music sweet and gay. If I were Lord of Tartary, I'd wear a robe of beads, white, and gold, and green they'd be, and small and thick as seeds, and ere should wane the morning star, I'd don my robe and scimitar. And zebras 7 should draw my car through Tartary's dark gleeds. Lord of the fruits of Tartary, her rivers silver pale. Lord of the hills of Tartary, glen, thicket, wood, and dale. Her flashing stars, her scented breeze, her trembling lakes, like foamless seas. Her bird-delighting citron trees, in every purple vale. 3 New Year resolutions I will drain, long draughts of quiet, as a purgation, remember, twice daily, who I am, will lie o' nights, in the bony arms, of reality, and be comforted. Woman work I've got the children to tend, the clothes to mend, the floor to mop, the food to shop, then the chicken to fry, the baby to dry, I got company to feed, the garden to weed. I've got shirts to press, the tots to dress, the cane to be cut, I gotta clean up this hut, then see about the sick, and the cotton to pick. Shine on me, sunshine, rain on me, rain, fall softly, dewdrops, and cool my brow again. Storm, blow me from here, with your fiercest wind, let me float across the sky, till I can rest again. Fall gently, snowflakes, cover me with white, cold icy kisses and, let me rest tonight. Sun, rain, curving sky, mountain, oceans, leaf and stone, starshine, moon glow. You're all that I can call my own. When everybody has short hair, the rebel lets his hair grow long. When everybody has long hair, the rebel cuts his hair short. When everybody talks during the lesson, the rebel doesn't say a word. When nobody talks during the lesson, the rebel creates a disturbance. When everybody wears a uniform, the rebel dresses in fantastic clothes. When everybody wears fantastic clothes, the rebel dresses soberly. In the company of dog lovers, the rebel expresses a preference for cats. In the company of cat lovers, the rebel puts in a good word for dogs. When everybody is praising the sun, the rebel remarks on the need for rain. When everybody is greeting the rain, the rebel regrets the absence of Sunday. When everybody goes to the meeting, the rebel stays at home and reads a book. When everybody stays at home and reads a book, the rebel goes to the meeting. When everybody says, yes please, the rebel says, no thank you. When everybody says, no thank you, the rebel says, yes please. It is very good that we have rebels. You may not find it very good to be one. Patriot into Traitor by Robert Browning. It was roses, roses, all the way, with myrtle mixed in my path like mad, the house roofs seemed to heave and sway, the church spires flames, such flags they had, a year ago on this very day. The air broke into a mist with bells, the old walls rocked with the crowd and cries. Had I said, good fold, mere noise repels, but give me your son from yonder skies. They had answered, and afterward, what else? Alack, it was I who leaped at the sun, to give it my loving friends to keep. Naught man could do, have I left undone, and you see my harvest, what I reap, this very day, now a year is run. There's nobody on the housetops now, just a palsied few at the windows set, for the best of the sight is, all allow, at the shambles gate, or, better yet, by the very scaffold's foot. I trow. I go in the rain, and more than needs, a rope cuts both my writs behind, and think, by the feel, my forehead bleeds, for they fling, whoever has a mind, stones at me for my year's misdeeds. Thus I entered, and thus I go. In triumphs, people have dropped down dead. Paid by the world, what dost thou owe me? God might question, now instead, 'tis God shall repay, I am safer so. The Huntsman by Edward Lowberry. Eureka. Study aids. Kagwa hunted the lion, through bush and forest went his spear. One day he found the skull of a man and said to it, "How did you come here?" And the skull answered, "Talking brought me here." Kagwa hurried home, went to the king's chair and spoke, "In the forest I found a talking skull." The king was silent. Then he said slowly, "Never since I was born of my mother have I seen or heard of a skill which spoke." The king called out his guards, "Two of you now go with him and find the talking skull, and if his tale is a lie and the skull speaks no word, this Kagwa himself must die." They rode into the forest. For days and nights they found nothing. At last they saw the skull. Kagwa said to it, "How did you come here?" The skull said nothing. Kagwa implored, but the skull said nothing. The guards said, "Kneel down." They killed him with sword and spear. Then the skull opened its mouth, "Huntsman, how did you come here?" And the dead man answered, "Talking brought me here." 1 R.B.Y. Elizabeth Bishop. The art of losing isn't hard to master. So many things seem filled with the intent to be lost that their loss is no disaster. Lose something every day. Accept the fluster of lost door keys, the hour badly spent. The art of losing isn't hard to master. Then practice losing farther, losing faster, places, and names, and where it was you meant to travel. None of these will bring disaster. I lost my mother's watch. And look! My last, or next to last, of 3 loved houses went. The art of losing isn't hard to master. I lost 2 cities, lovely ones. And, faster, some realms I owned, 2 rivers, a continent. I miss them, but it wasn't a disaster. Even losing you, the joking voice, a gesture, I love, I shan't have lied. It's evident. The art of losing's not too hard to master, though it may look like, write it, like disaster. The solitary reaper. B.Y. William Wordsworth. Behold her, single in the field, yon solitary Highland lass, reaping and singing by herself, stop here, or gently pass. Alone she cuts and binds the grain, and sings a melancholy strain, oh listen! For the vale profound is overflowing with the sound. No nightingale did ever chaunt more welcome notes to weary bands of travellers in some shady haunt, among Arabian sands. A voice so thrilling ne'er was heard in springtime from the cuckoo bird, breaking the silence of the seas among the farthest Hebrides. Will no one tell me what she sings? Perhaps the plaintive numbers flow for old, unhappy, far-off things, and battles long ago, or is it some more humble lay, familiar matter of today? Some natural sorrow, loss, or pain, that has been, and may be again? Whate'er the theme, the maiden sang as if her song could have no ending. I saw her singing at her work, and o'er the sickle bending. I listened, motionless and still, and, as I mounted up the hill, the music in my heart I bore, long after it was heard no more. All the world's a stage. B.Y. William Shakespeare. All the world's a stage. And all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts, his acts being 7 ages. At first the infant, mewling and puking in the nurse's arms, and then the whining schoolboy, with his satchel and shining morning face, creeping like snail, unwillingly to school. And then the lover, sighing like furnace, with a woeful ballad, made to his mistress' eyebrow. Then a soldier, full of strange oaths, and bearded like the pard, jealous in honour, sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking the bubble reputation, even in the cannon's mouth. And then the justice, in fair round belly with good cape and lind, with eyes severe and beard of formal cut, full of wise saws and modern instances, and so he plays his part. The sixth age shifts into the lean and slippered pantaloon, with spectacles on nose and pouch on side, his youthful hose, well salved, a world too wide for his shrunk shank, and his big manly voice, turning again toward childish treble, pipes, and whistles in his sound. Last scene of all, that ends this strange eventful history, is second childishness and mere oblivion, sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything. Departure and Arrival by T.S. Eliot. Standing upon the shore of all we know, we linger for a moment doubtfully, then with a song upon our lips, sail we, across the harbor bar, no chart to show, no light to warn of rocks which lie below, but let us yet put forth courageously. Although the path be tortuous and slow, although it bristles with 1,000 fears, to the hopeful eye of youth, it still appears, a lane by which the rose and hawthorn grow. We hope it may be, would that we might know, would we might look into future years. Great duties call the 20th century. More grandly dowered than those which came before, summons, who knows what time may hold in store, or what great deed the distant years may see, what conquest over pain and misery, what heroes greater than were ever of yore. But if this century is to be more great than those before, her sons must make her so, and we are her sons. We must go, with eager hearts to help mold well her fate, and see that she shall gain such proud estate, and shall on future centuries bestow a legacy of benefits. May we look into future years, may we do good until we die, and ask no other question than to know that they have helped the cause to victory, that with their aid the flag is raised on high. Sometime in distant years, when we are grown, grey-haired and old, whatever be our lot, we shall desire to see again the spot which, whatsoever we have been or done, or to what distant lands we may have gone, through all the years will never have been forgotten. A Poison Tree by William Blake. I was angry with my friend, I told my wrath did end. I was angry with my foe, I told it not, my wrath did grow. And I watered it in fears, night and morning with my tears, and I sunned it with smiles, and with soft deceitful wiles. And it grew both day and night, till it bore an apple bright. And my foe beheld it shine, and he knew that it was mine. And into my garden stole, when the night had veiled the pole, in the morning glad I see my foe outstretched beneath the tree.